Hello. Today, we just got out of Show Dogs. It comes out in theaters May 18th. Maxwell, why don't you show them what we got there?
We got this signed poster.
It's not signed.
I'm kidding.
It's just a poster, and then grab them out of my hand.
I got a bunch of these.
Some coloring sheets. And
kind of all we got. It was also free, by the way, because we went in and we got.
Yep. So we didn't like the movie.
I personally think it's a 5. I'm not gonna say
a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, 5 out of 10. I'm gonna say it was half and half.
I would agree with that. It wasn't as bad as I was anticipating, but it wasn't good.
It made a little more sense than other movies.
Yeah, like
there were
definitely some really dumb things that happened.
Some stuff that animals could not do in it
as
well.
So basically, this movie is the story of a dog that's on the NYPD for some reason, and then
by the way, he lives in New York. By the way,
yes, NYPD. That means New York Police Department. And then he has to team up with an FBI agent, and do a dog show. To save this panda, this baby panda that was taken, and these other animals
from a zoo. It was taken from a zoo.
And so that was beautiful.
It was so cute too. Honestly,
yeah, it was kind of confusing. There was some.
I'm gonna say it is a. Is that not a big spoiler if I say what the panda looks like and whatever?
No, it's not a spoiler.
Okay. I was about to say, he's animated for the whole thing except for the end when they show him with his mom. That's literally
and then it was just a photo of an actual panda with a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the animation at the start was I was like, oh, it's not that bad, but then as it kept going, I'm like, can we not with that? I would say this is one of the better talking animal movies.
Yeah, it's better than Air Buds. Definitely.
Yeah, the look of it looks better. But
I'm gonna say
it's still not good.
I mean, it had a good plot to it, but
the plot wasn't good, but it was
funny because
mediocre.
it has what is it called again? The chihuahua, the white chihuahua, and the red chihuahua.
It was that was a Pomeranian.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so
what was the movie that they were in? Because I remember those two were in a movie. They had 4 kids. Whatever.
Oh my god, the dumbest part of the whole thing was. Okay, so the first thing that the main dog has to compete in is against other kinds of his own dogs that are the same breed as him. And
they all look the same.
Yeah, and he's like, why do all the other dogs look the same? And then the guy is like, oh, because they're all from the same breeder. And then when they're out there, he's like, oh, you guys look alike. Are you guys related? And they're like, no. And they're like, well, where are you guys from originally? And then they all know where they were born. And they're like, he's like, well, what day were you born? And then they all know their exact birthdays.
It was so funny.
They're like, we're brothers. And then they get freaking out. And then their mom is there.
But they get disqualified for it.
I don't know what that was. Yeah, every single.
My God, they look the same age. Jesus,
so the guy, well, dogs don't really They
I know she looks so skinny compared to them. They're all buff and whatever. I think that was the only difference.
But he wins basically every competition that he's in.
He does win every one.
Yeah, well, not the last. He doesn't win the last one. He doesn't win the best in show or whatever.
Just short.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that he would have been disqualified if it was a real dog show. And they say this is the most prestigious one, which I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that I liked the most was probably, so I had an idea of who I thought the villain was going to be. I mean, the person that I thought most was the actual villain. We're not going to spoil that for you. But there was this other guy that I thought could be the villain that isn't, so I guess that's a spoiler. But he had this dog.
And fun fact, a ton of animals have accents, but they're not. But
Yeah. So the main dog, he gets help from this other like dog. He like won a bunch of stuff, but then he like went crazy or something. And so he finds that dog, and then he helps him to like, know how to be a good show dog.
No, wait.
And he says that he's from Belgium, but he has a French accent.
It's
And
so
I was like,
weird.
well, you know, like
so
maybe.
annoying though too.
Well, I was thinking, oh, maybe it's just like they don't know what a Belgian accent is, or like whatever. And then
I mean, I could get it if he was like born. That he was like.
yeah, but then he was actually saying things in French, like the entire movie. I'm like, oh, okay then.
God. I hate those dog movies that they have like French accents, because I know there's one that I watched about Chihuahuas. And I think it was. Oh wait, was it Beverly Hills?
Oh, Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Oh my
Those are
God!
good.
Yes, that was. They were actually in the movie. They were in it, but
Oh,
it only,
that's what that
yes,
was. Oh,
it only
okay.
showed them for like a few seconds, and I was
Okay,
like,
well,
I know
that's-
where they're from, but I just don't remember
Okay.
what the name of them
Yeah,
was.
I definitely wouldn't have recognized them.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of sad because they didn't have their puppies in it, so.
Oh yeah, but the one thing that I liked, or at least kind of liked, was the fact that the Pomeranian that like is Belgian or whatever,
Whatever they're from.
that he like so his owner had like a new dog that it was hanging out with. I don't know what I'm saying.
That doesn't make any
Um,
sense.
So his owner was like with a new dog, and then they had they had a moment where they were
in sync. They were in love.
yep, where they're like our pets are different. Okay, one of the dumbest dogs was the one that it looked almost like, so it was like
Was it the rug one?
yeah, it looked like a rug.
I
It
think
looked
that-
like it had dreads. I think it was supposed to look like it.
looked like it
I
had-
genuinely don't know if if the dog had that much hair that they were able to like do that
I
to
don't
it,
think they did.
or if
'cause
they
it was
like
a different.
added it, because it looked like dreads, and I'm like, okay.
I don't
And then
think
he
that
was really annoying.
I think maybe the sides weren't, but I think like the top
Yeah,
of
because
him
I
was.
like from afar, I was like, yeah, they definitely added it. But then close up, I'm like, wait, it looks like actual like, just like curled.
And it was
like,
browner
pieces of
and
hair.
on the sides, and then on the top it was kind of like
Yeah.
whiter.
I don't know.
Apparently he was a Buddha or something. He seems to
Buddhist.
meditate.
Yeah,
seems
he
to
was like
meditate
a
lot.
hippie dog. He's like, oh. He was like, oh. I don't know. He's saying a bunch of hippie stuff and
Wasn't hippie
he's
stuff.
being annoying. Yes.
No, actually it was. Never mind.
He was like non-violence. He was like,
He's
I
like-
can't help anybody because I'm non-violent, and he was annoying.
No, he only
Um,
said that once, but I think he said like,
Yeah.
sorry, I have one of my character traits is not violence or something like that.
Yeah,
I think he said-
he's annoying.
Honestly, I feel like he was.
Um,
I feel like the words his character said was just dumb. It's like it sounds like he just said rubbish words, like actual rubbish words.
My biggest question is why Will Arnett is in this. He's the only person that I really recognized except for the main girl.
the main boy,
and
I know the main. I forgot what his name was.
That's
Max.
Will Arnett. Oh, that guy?
Yeah,
Max is the name of the dog.
Yeah, I know where. I know who voices Max. He's in one of my TV shows that I used to watch.
Yeah, I kind of recognize his voice a little bit, but not enough where I would actually know what he's from.
Yeah, I think he was also in an episode of Bones, I think.
Oh, I appreciated one moment in the movie. When he's interrogating some guy, or Will Arnett is interrogating some guy. And he's like, oh, I'm going to be bad cop. And he referenced the Lego movie, which Will Arnett plays Batman and not the cop. But I thought that was funny.
Oh, yeah, he was referencing Bad Cop from...
Yep.
And I was like, you got to turn your head... I think he said you're going to turn your head around, Bad Cop, or something.
No, he mentioned the fact that he, like, his face flips.
Yeah.
But, like,
yeah,
I don't remember exactly what he said.
I think his main side is his bad side, which... And then... Wait, oh, yeah. Oh, my God, that dog was... Do you remember that,
What dog?
the majestic part where it got him to talk?
What?
Do you remember that one part where he was like... Okay, I'm not sure if this would be a whole humongous spoiler, but the dog scared this guy into talking, so then... Do you remember that in the beginning?
Oh, that was dumb! So basically, while Will Arnett is trying to do bad cop, they for some reason have like a spotlight where like Max the dog is like behind Will Arnett and like he can see through the glass, and then he's like barking at him and somehow he doesn't.
And he's got red
Will
eyes
Arnett
too.
doesn't even see him
really
or
weird
hear
red
him.
eyes as well.
So that was pretty dumb. Oh yeah, and then also the pigeons. They added nothing to the movie. Well, I guess they were at the end. But
And
also,
one of them is a freak of nature by having 6 toes.
Yeah. So in the beginning, there are a bunch of pigeons at this like stakeout. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna help Max, the dog. Like you gotta help him." And then I don't think they did anything. They did absolutely nothing.
Well, it didn't really help anything except for at the very end. They kind of
yeah,
did help.
but in the first scene,
a baby, hello.
that baby looked good.
So cute.
Okay, so in the beginning, they did absolutely nothing, and then they were in New York in the beginning, and then they're at the end of the movie in Las Vegas. Did 3 pigeons fly across the country?
I'm curious, because, like, I watched a TV show. Well, no, it wasn't a TV show, but, it was a dog show where some pigeon, I think it was like a hamster or something, rode the plane to get to his best friend, because he was on the plane as well, so that made no sense to me. Like, why would... I don't even remember what the name... I think it was, like, when I was, like, 7 or something when I watched that, but it was just a hamster, some other people, but this guy was moving. It wasn't Marmaduke. I thought it was Marmaduke for a minute, but it wasn't. And I had no idea why he would do that. A hamster just running loose on a plane. And then later he actually went into the bathroom and threw up, because apparently he gets sick when he gets too high in the sky. See, he's done that before, apparently.
So I would say that the movie is bad, definitely really bad, but not as bad as I had anticipated. So I would say like a 5 out of 10. I was expecting it to be like a 3 out of 10.
I feel like it'd be an okay movie for like your kids to watch.
It's probably one of the better of the talking animal movies.
I feel like it's a cutoff from Air Bud, kind of.
It's not like completely like stupid and random. Like there is an actual plot.
And Air Bud, what's so done is how at first, like the first 2 movies of Air Bud were literally an old guy, and then there was a younger guy in the rest of them. So like the first 2 Air Bud movies, there was an old guy as the sheriff, but the same dog, and it was the same dog. So it was a sheriff's dog. I think it was oh my God, Bryn! You know that one dog?
Oh my! That guy was the best part of the movie. So the sheriff at the NYPD, he has like a beagle. It's like hella old, and he's just, I don't know, for some reason,
wrinkly.
just like he was like howling all the time. He's in it for like 2 seconds, but he's probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah. When he talks, he just howls. He's like, oh, I'll try talking to him. but he does it in like a weird way where it doesn't sound like an actual howl. It sounds like a moan. You just swallow your in here. By the way, I'm starting my own YouTube channel, so check me out. My name is gonna be War Raider. That's the YouTube channel. My name will be Scythe in my other videos, so don't quote me as Max. That I know that happens.
Bye.